Okay, today we're going to do mean deviation. So mean deviation in statistics. Mean deviation. In statistics, there are two formulas for mean deviation. We have the grouped formula, that is sigma f multiplied by the absolute value of x minus x bar, which x and x bar means what? The mean, while x means x is the number of, meaning the number of marks that are there, meaning it is the marks. You understand? The same thing for grouped is what? Sigma f, the sum of f multiplied by the absolute value of x minus. What does absolute value mean? It means that if you subtract 2 minus 1, you're going to have 2. Even if you subtract 1 minus 2, you are still going to have 2, meaning the absolute value of this figure is 2. That's what we call mean deviation. Mean deviation, that is nothing like subtract minus 2, minus 1, minus 3. It is always its absolute value. Now let's solve this example. The example of ungrouped data. Find the mean deviation of the set of numbers. Now there are steps you have to consider when solving a mean deviation. The first step is to find the mean, that is the x bar, because without the mean you cannot find x minus x bar. Now we are going to find the mean. What is the mean? The mean is what? Sum of all these numbers, sum of all the values of x, that's x1, x2, and divided by the number of values. Now let us solve it. The mean will become what? 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15 divided by the total number. 11 plus 14 plus 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by 5. Now, if you sum all of this, if you sum 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15, you are going to have what we call 65. Do you understand? Now 65 all over 5. Now 65 all over 5, 5 into itself, 1 into 65, that's 13 times. Therefore, the mean will be equals to 13. Now we have found the mean. What are we to find? We are going to find the mean deviation. The mean deviation. After knowing the mean, we will be able to find the mean deviation very easily. Now, first and foremost, what are we going to do? We draw our table. Here will be our x and here will be our x minus x bar, the absolute values. You understand? What is our x? The x are the marks here. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we will write it here. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very simple. The mean is what? 13. We write it here, 13. Now x is representing 11 here. So 11 minus 13, you know it's negative 2. But you are not writing negative 2. You are writing the absolute value. So you will write 2. The same thing as here. 1. 13 minus 13, 0. 14 minus 13, 2. And 15 minus 13 is 1. So we sum it because we need what? The sum of what? The x minus x bar. Sigma x minus x bar, meaning you add everything together. If you add everything together, you are going to have 6. So therefore, we can complete our mission. For ungrouped data, the mean deviation for ungrouped data is sigma x minus x bar all over n. We have known this. X minus x bar is 6 all over n. The total number of numbers is 5. So therefore, our answer is 6 all over 5, which can be represented as 1.2. This is our mean deviation for ungrouped data. Now, here we are going to deal with the mean deviation under group data. Now, if the data is being arranged in a table form, that's what we call group data. Okay, we find out that it is in intervals. The marks are in intervals, and whenever the marks are in intervals, in order to have an actual mark, we change these marks into midpoint, or we find the midpoint of the entire marks. Understand? Midpoint. Some books will call it mid value, but it is talking about the same thing, midpoint or mid value. Now, first and foremost, what are we going to do? We are going to draw a table, because the first step on solving a mean deviation, what are you going to do? You are to find the mean. The first step is to find the mean of the data. If you find the mean of the data, then you can find the mean deviation. Now, let us find the mean of the data. 10 and 15, that's the mark. This we call our intervals. Let us call it the intervals. 10 and 15, you have 15 and 20, you have 20 and 25, you have 25 and 30, and you have 30 and 35. Now, we have to find the midpoint or mid value. The midpoint or mid value is when you add these two, 10 and 15, and divided by 2. 10 plus 15 divided by 2. So 10 plus 15 divided by 2 will be 12.5. 15 plus 20 divided by 2 will be 17.5. 20 plus 25 divided by 2 will be 22.5. 25 plus 2 divided 25 plus 30 divided by 2 will be 27.5. And the last one, 30 plus 35 divided by 2 will give you 32.5. Now look at it. In order to know whether your midpoints are correct, you will have to look at this. You see the trend, 12, 17, you see 2, 7, 2, 7, 2. That is the trend. So if you see that trend or something similar like that, you will know that the mid value or midpoint is correct. Now, after that, we have to list the frequencies of each. 10 and 15, the frequency is 2, 4, as they like 12, 30, and 4. Then we multiply this midpoint. This midpoint will now be x, f and x, because the formula for mean is sigma fx all over sigma f. So sigma fx, that's what we are going to find. So we are going to multiply f and x. You understand? Now, when we multiply 2 and 12.5, we are going to have 25. If we multiply 17.5 times 4, we are going to have 70. So 22.5 times 12, we are going to have 270. Now 27.5 times 30, we are going to have 825, and 32.5 times 4, we are going to have 130. So if we add all of this, we are going to have sigma fx. So if you add all of this, we are going to have 1320. We said 25 plus 70 plus 270 plus 825 plus 130 will give you 1320. So what that 1320 is your sigma fx, and your sigma f is probably when you add all of this. So when you add this 2 plus 4 plus 12 plus 30 plus 4, you are going to have what we call 52. You understand, huh? Now 130 divided by 52. 130 divided by 52. That is going to give you this cancel. That is going to give you 25. Huh? 25.38. So we can say that the mean now will be approximately, let us round up 25. So this is what we need for the mean. We have found the mean. But this is not the end. This question said you have to find the mean deviation. So in order to find the mean deviation, we said that mean deviation, the formula is, for group, we said mean deviation, the formula is sigma f, x minus x bar, absolute values, divided by sigma f. Some people will say that, why didn't we cancel this and this? No, it doesn't work like that. It cannot work like that. If you do that, it's going to be wrong. You have to follow the rules. You have to write it in a table and follow the rules. Now, first we are going to find here, we have sigma f already. You understand? Huh? We have to multiply sigma f with the absolute value of x minus x bar. You understand? Now, what is our members of x? We are going to write the members of x. Note, the members of x will be the midpoint. The members of x will be the midpoint. Okay, we continue from that. It said we are going to find the mean deviation. We have found the mean already. Now we are going to find the mean deviation, and we need what? The frequency, the this topmost part, frequency multiplied by the absolute value x minus x bar, meaning x minus the mean. So what are we going to do? We need the x. The x values are here. Let us put that in a table. The x value is what? Here. And then we also need what? The x value minus the x value subtracted from the x bar. We also need what? The frequency. The frequency. You understand? We also need what we call the frequency multiplied by the absolute value. The frequency multiplied by this one. Frequency multiplied by x minus x bar. That's also what we need. You understand? Now let's do that one. Now when you look at here, this is the x value. That's what we are going to write here. 12.5, yes. 17.5, yes. 22.5, 27.5, and 32.5. Now, what are we going to do? We subtract, you know our mean. The mean is 25. So we subtract this 25 from this one. When we have negative, we don't write it. 12.5 minus 25, we have negative 13, but it is absolute value. That's why these lines are here, absolute value. So therefore, we write only 13. The same, 17.5 minus 25 is negative 8, but we are going to write the absolute value 8. 22.5 minus 25 is minus 22.5 is 2.5, but we are going to write the absolute value 2.5. Here is also 2.5. Why 32.5 minus 25? We are going to have 7.5. So the frequency are, they are taking the frequency from here. That's 2, 4, 12, 30, and 4. Now we multiply this and this to have f multiplied by x minus x bar. So when we say 13 times 2, you have 36. 8 times 4, you have 32. 2.5 times 12, you're going to have 30. And 2.5 times 30, you're going to have 75. And 7.5 times 4, you're going to have 30. So when you add it, you are going to have 203. So this is what we call sigma f multiplied by x minus x bar. So we have that one. So we'll go ahead, because we said the mean deviation is equals to sigma f x minus x bar all over sigma f. And sigma f, we know our sigma f. Sigma f is how much? Is all 52. You see, sigma f is 52. So therefore, we are going to say, we know this value. The value is 203. 203 from this last value. You see, 203. So we are going to write 203. That's the on top of part, topmost part. That is the numerator, and the denominator will becomes 52. So if you divide this and this, we are going to have the midpoint. this into itself once into this one is 3 times 0.90. So when you use your calculator, you can have that one 3.90. So the midpoint is 3.90. Do you understand?